another Pilates session with me, Sarah from Brahma Fitness. Hope you're all fit and well today. If you've not done Pilates before, I would recommend watching the introduction video first before you start now. And if you have done Pilates before, especially with me, fantastic. Let's get going, shall we? So get yourself in that nice neutral alignment. Starting with turning your toes out to 10 to 2. Bring your heels behind your toes so your feet are underneath your hips. In your neutral position for your hips, which obviously if you've watched that introduction video will make complete sense to you. So midway point for your hips, stand up nice and tall, shoulders back. Let's just do a quick warm up. Get us ready for your session today. All the way around, one more, and then you're going to reach over to one side, bring it up to the top. Exhale as you reach over, inhale as you bring it back. Stretching out through your sides, warming that spine up before we get going today. A bit of everything in today's session. Obviously all core focused, but working all your muscle groups as well. One more to each side for this. Last one. And bring your hands into prayer position. You're going to rotate round to one side, bring it back to centre. Make sure your hips are facing forwards. It's not a big movement. Again, still just warming up, getting us ready for the session today. One more to each side. Last one. Perfect. Bring your hands down, just going into a low squat. No, we're not going to really low squat. Just into a squat there, just warming up. Get them knees, hips, shoulders as well, I suppose, moving and warmed up. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall at the top. You're just going to do one more for me, and then just a few heel raises. Using them straight away. Okay, now we're warmed up. We're going to start with a few leg exercises. Got to make sure your core's engaged. Again, if you've watched that introduction video, you'll know what I mean by that. So we're going to start with a heel raise. So you're going to go both heels at the same time, nice and controlled, up onto your toes. Keep that core engaged. It's what's going to stop you wobbling around at the top. Bring it back down. If you want to make that harder, you can do it on one leg. So up and down. Really takes a lot of concentration, a lot of control. Make sure you're not rolling over too much on your heels. You need to place that foot down in between, just like I did then, and you can do. If you want to do single leg, but you're wobbling a bit too much, you can just place a toe of your other foot for a little bit of stability, but obviously you're not putting too much weight on it, so it's still going to really work that other leg. Don't feel you have to do that single leg. We're just going to do one more on this side and then switch sides. If you're doing double leg, you just continue as you are. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall still, so switching over that leg if you're doing that single leg. Really use that concentration and control. Like I said, just place that toe lightly on the mat to help keep you nice and stable if you need to. Just take it off as you feel you can. Going over myself. Exhale as you take it up. Inhale as you bring it back. And help strengthen those ankles. Keep that core engaged again. That's what's helping keeping that balance. You're going to do two more. Last one. Relax it there. Okay. From here, we're going to go into a single leg Either keep your toe of the other foot slightly balanced on the mat for stability, or you can take it off completely. You're going to go down and up. Doesn't really matter what your hands are doing. If you want to keep them on your waist, if you want to take them out to the front, that's fine. It's not a really low movement, and what you want to make sure you're doing is really taking it down nice and controlled, and your hips are staying in the same alignment. It's really easy when you're doing a single leg squat to just end up dipping out to the side like that. Whoa, it's making me fall over. And that's not what we want to do. You want to make sure your hips are staying completely aligned as you go down. Imagine you're sitting down on a chair as you take yourself down and back up. So you're going inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Excellent. One more here. Lovely. Okay, right, from there, that leg that we were squatting on is going to stay facing forwards. You're then going to go into a lunge. So stepping back with the other leg and bringing it up to the top. So stepping back, going down into that lunge, bring it back up to the top. To make it harder, don't place your weight back on that moving leg. So you're really getting in to that stabilising leg. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come back up. Keeping that upper body nice and tall, you're not leaning forward as you go into the lunge or as you bring it back up, really using that leg to drive it back up, nice and controlled, using that breath. We're going to do one more here. Lovely, give your legs a shake if you need to. Okay, that leg that was at the front is staying at the front. This time you're going to lean yourself forward, you're tilting from the hips, so that leg is going to automatically come up behind you. So you're not lifting your leg up, you're just tilting forwards, very slight bend in that stabilising leg, just as far as you can. If you can go into a full T shape, amazing. That's really good with your control and flexibility. So you're keeping your upper body nice and still, your movement coming from that hip. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come back up. I don't know about you, but my leg's burning a little bit. If you need to stop and give it a little shake, you can do. A few more here, and then we're going to switch legs. Two more on this leg. Taking it nice and slow, nice and controlled. Really engaging all those muscles in your stabilising leg and in your core to keep your upper body nice and tall. Excellent, well done. Give that leg a little shake. So we're going to do those exercises again on the other side. So that leg that's you've just been stood on is now going to relax as you go into your single leg squat. Again, it's up to you what you do with your hands. Mine seems to go in front, at the side, whatever. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Imagine you're sitting down in that chair. Take the foot off the floor if you want to, or just have it lightly rested for support. If you need to hold onto a wall, that's absolutely fine. Better that than falling over. sink into that hip. Keep your hips to the ice. That means holding your hips. That's better for you, then that's fine. Also, just be mindful of your knees. If you need to, look down, make sure your knee isn't going to one side or the other in comparison to where your foot is. I'm going to do 2 more here. Keep that core engaged. It's going to stop you bending over. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going into your lunge now from there. So that leg you were squatting on is going to the front. You're going to step back with your other leg, down into your lunge, bring it up to the top. Again, make it harder by not putting the weight back on that moving leg. Keep your upper body nice and tall. Inhale as you go down, remember that breath. Use that control, drive up through your front leg as you come up. And do 1 more here. Sorry, yeah, 1 more here. And relax it there. Okay, so give your leg a shake if you need to. From here, tilting it forwards. Very slight bend in that knee. Just take it forward and bring it back up. So remember the movement's coming from your hips. That's why your leg's going up. What you don't want is just trying to get your leg up and then your hips are out of position. It's not about how high you get your leg. It's about working that underneath leg. Your upper body nice and still. Again, using that core to control it. Keep you nice and balanced. Keep you stable. If you need the wall for assistance, that's absolutely fine. Or a brush or a broom. It's always a good one. That's what we use in the classes. Using your breath as well. Little leg shake if you need to. Mine are burning now, I'm not sure about yours. I'm going to do 3 more. Last one. And up to the top. Fantastic. Well done. Give your legs a little shake. Okay, we're going to work it down to the mat now. So stand at the end of your mat or in a space where you've got enough space in front of you to walk out into a plank. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale, tilt your chin to your chest. Roll it down to the mat. If you need to bend your knees to get to the mat, then that is fine. Walk it out into a plank position. If you want to add a push-up, you can do. You don't have to. And walk it back up. Tuck your chin in. Roll yourself all the way up to the top. Nice stretch down the back of your body, back of your legs. Again, bend your knees if you need to get to the mat. Hopefully over time you'll be able to get a bit lower. If you are adding your push-up in, make sure your elbows are coming close to your ribs. You can do it from your knees if you want to add it in, but from your toes is a bit much. Try not to wiggle your hips around as you're walking out. Use that core, control your upper body still. on your last one. And we're going to hold the plank position. So staying in that plank position now, holding it there. Get them shoulders fired up, get that core fired up a bit more. Nice big deep breaths. If you need to go onto your elbows, if it's too much pressure on your wrist, that's absolutely fine. Still working just as hard. Again, if you need to drop to your knees as well, you can do. A few more seconds. Perfect. Drop to your knees. Quick stretch back into child's pose. Okay, lovely. From there, we're going to go into side plank. And we're going to add some hip dips. So it's up to you which position you choose. You can do it from your elbow or your wrist. Your knee bent underneath. One foot in front of the other, or stacked feet. It's up to you. From there, you're going to dip your hips down and push them up. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you push them up. If you find the option that you've chosen is a bit difficult to sustain, wobbling there while I'm talking, drop it down a level. It's absolutely fine. Better to drop down and do the movement accurately and correctly. We're just doing one more here. Better to do it that way than to struggle with the harder option. Quick mermaid stretch. Stretching out through that side, keeping your feet on the same side as you were just on. And then we're going to switch sides and do it on the other side. So take your feet around to the other side, into your chosen option. And you're going to dip your hips down, push them up. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you drive it up. You might find it easier on one side compared to the other. Oh, got that one side that's a bit stronger. One more here. Drop it down, stretch it out. Lovely. Okay, sit yourself right onto your bum. Knees bent in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. You're going to curve your spine as you roll down to about halfway down your spine. And then roll up, sit up nice and tall. So curving that spine as you roll down. Rolling back up. Nice tall spine at the top. Don't go so low that your legs are coming off the floor when you come back up, or you're having to really use momentum to get you up. Making sure it's well controlled all the way through. If you are finding it's tough to get up from where you are, just don't take it as long. And then arms working still by having them in this position, especially after doing those planks. Keeping them up for this length of time. It's a bit harder than it looks. I'm going to do two more here. You might be feeling it in the front of your legs as well. It's fairly normal, don't worry about that. Up to the top, lovely, okay. Bring your hands one on top of the other. Lean slightly back. You're going to go one side to the other. And if you want to make it harder, lift your feet off the floor. Exhale as you rotate round. Inhale as you bring it back. Keeping that breath and control. Making sure you're rotating round just your upper body and your hips aren't moving. You also want to make sure your legs aren't coming out. So if you don't feel like your hips are moving, it's quite a good indicator if your legs are moving. So particularly if you've got them planted, if you're going round and your legs are coming with you, that's where you're going wrong. So you don't want those legs coming with you. You want it purely to be from the top half. Just give me one more to each side. And from there, you're going to take it down to the mat, nice and controlled, curve that spine all the way down. So from here, I'm going to go into a curl up. You've got the option to keep your feet planted and your knees bent, or you can take your feet up in the air to make it that little bit harder. Hands by your temples, behind your head, or by your side, whatever's more comfortable for you. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Take your eye line up to the ceiling. Imagine you're drawing your ribs to your hips. You're not pulling on your neck. You're not curving that neck up. Really getting that core working, all your tummy muscles. You're going to exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down. Two more here, and then you're going to stay the same position, but you're going to take it side to side. If at this point you want to drop your legs, you can do. Taking it over to the centre and then switching sides. You can keep your legs up in the air if you want to. So imagine you're reaching up and across with one shoulder to the opposite knee. Again, similar to with our Russian twist before, make sure you're not rolling over with your hips. So if you're finding your legs are rolling and you're coming back, it's not quite right. You need to make sure those hips stay planted as you rotate round and up. Otherwise you're going to be sent out of alignment, and also you're not working muscles as you should be doing because you're just rolling over. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. We're going to do one more on each side, and I'm going to add some legs into it. If your legs aren't up already, bring them up into that tabletop position. You're going to straighten out one leg, bring it back to centre. Changing legs each time. If you want to make it harder, you're going to keep going with your upper body as we just were doing. So reaching over to the opposite knee, the one that's staying bent. Exhale as you reach up and across. Inhale as you bring it back. Nice and controlled each time. Using that breath, possibly burning by now. Keep working through. If you need to stop the rotation on your upper body and just concentrate on your legs, that is also an option. Make sure you're keeping that control all the way through. We're going to do one more on each side. Bring those knees in for a nice stretch. Okay, from that stretch you're going to go into a double leg stretch. So from here you're going to take arms and legs out. You can place your head on the floor if it's too much pressure on your neck or if you're struggling. But if you want to make it harder, keep those head and shoulders lifted. You put your eye line down to your belly button. That should help take the pressure off your neck. Exhale as you take it out. Inhale as you bring it back. Enjoy that stretch in between. Just taking your legs as low as you can. You don't have to be as low as I'm going. Just going to do one more here. When you're out there, relax it down to the mat. Nice full body stretch. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your tummy. Nice few deep breaths here. And sit yourself up safely. Thank you very much for that today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll come back and look at some of the other videos. We've got a good selection on there. Now, let us know what you think. Photos and videos are always welcome when you're doing your workouts as well. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook and message us if you've got any questions. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye bye.